Friend, have you ever wondered why the xenomorph from the movie looks familiar yet terrifying? Why does it look human but at the same time it's something we can't fully understand? The answer, guys, is in its design, which was intentionally made to mess with our minds. The xenomorph isn't just a monster, it's a masterpiece of terror mixed with elements that are familiar to us. This is why, even decades later, we still can't forget it. Its appearance is a perfect blend of the familiar and the alien. The filmmakers thought that the most effective way to scare the audience was to show a creature with a hint of humanity. When we see something with arms, legs, and a body like ours, our brain immediately recognizes it. But when these familiar parts are altered and made strange, like adding a long tail, a weird head, and skin that looks like machinery, that's when the feeling of dread and confusion begins. The xenomorph is like a twisted mirror of humanity, a version of us covered in darkness and danger. Think about it, a monster that looks like a spider or an insect is scary, but we can easily say it's a different creature. But a monster that stands like a human, moves like a human, but has characteristics very far from us? That has a different kind of effect. We experience what's called the uncanny valley effect, where something that is almost human but not exactly human causes intense discomfort and fear. The xenomorph is the king of this effect in the world of science fiction. Its design was meant to be familiar enough for us to connect with, but strange enough for us to fear. The goal in creating the xenomorph wasn't just to make an alien that would kill characters in the movie. The goal was to create a creature that would stay in our nightmares. A creature that when you see it, you'll feel deep down that it's wrong and dangerous. Every curve, every detail of its body was carefully thought out to convey a clear message. This is a perfect predator, a death machine with the appearance of a twisted version of a human. This is the secret behind its timeless popularity. So who is behind this terrifying design? Let me introduce you to the Swiss artist H.R. Giger. Giger is known for his unique art style called biomechanical. This is the fusion of machine elements and living organisms. His creations often feature dark, disturbing, and otherworldly images. When director Ridley Scott saw Giger's art book, he immediately knew he had found his monster. The xenomorph's design was directly taken from one of Giger's paintings. Giger didn't just draw the xenomorph, he brought it to life. He himself sculpted and helped build the costume and sets for the movie. For him, the xenomorph wasn't just a monster. It was a representation of our primal fears, fear of the dark, the unknown, and death. He used his art to give form to these fears. The result is a creature with skin that looks like tubes and wires, but with bones and flesh underneath. A perfect example of the fusion of biology and technology, which is the hallmark of his style. Giger's influence is undeniable. Before, most aliens in movies were little green men or obviously rubber monsters. Giger changed all that. He showed that an alien could be elegant, sophisticated, and at the same time utterly terrifying. His biomechanical design gave the xenomorph a level of realism never before seen. Because of this, the alien was no longer just a costume, it became a real organism living on screen. Giger's brilliance lies in his ability to take familiar shapes and make them new and frightening. His designs often blend sensuality and violence, adding to the complexity and disturbing nature of the xenomorph. His work won him an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects in 1980. But more than any award, his legacy is the creation of a monster that is permanently etched into our culture and continues to inspire and terrify new generations of viewers. Truly a legend in the art world. Let's take a closer look at the xenomorph's body. Its overall structure is clearly based on a human. It has 2 arms, 2 legs, and an upright body. This is the foundation of the design, but this is where Giger's changes come in to make it alien. The hands, for example, have long, slender fingers, 6 in number instead of 5. This is a small detail, but enough to give a feeling that something is wrong. These fingers don't look like they're for holding, but for hurting and gripping. The most striking, of course, is its head. The xenomorph's head is long and cylindrical with no trace of human facial features. No nose, no ears, and most importantly, no eyes. The smooth black dome of its head hides whatever is inside, giving us a feeling of uncertainty. The lack of eyes is even scarier because we don't know where it's looking. Is it looking at you, or at something else? This mystery amplifies our fear. Another one of its iconic parts is the second mouth or inner jaw, which suddenly emerges from its main mouth. This is an attack mechanism that is both surprising and brutal. It's like a weapon hidden inside another weapon. This concept shows how effective and lethal the Xenomorph is as a predator. These changes, from the shape of the head to the hands and the hidden mouth, remove any trace of humanity and replace it with the pure, ruthless instinct of a hunter. Its skin is also an important element. Instead of soft human skin, the Xenomorph has an exoskeleton that looks like armor. It's black, shiny, and has details that look like tubes and bones connected together. This gives the impression that the creature is both organic and made of metal. This is what's called the biomechanical aesthetic. This combination suggests that the Xenomorph is not just an animal, it's a perfect war machine built by nature to kill. Every part of its body has a purpose, and that purpose is survival and domination. Why does the Xenomorph have no eyes? This decision by Geiger and the filmmakers was a brilliant way to heighten the fear. Eyes are often called the windows to the soul. Through eyes we see emotions, anger, joy, or fear. By removing the eyes from the Xenomorph, it was also stripped of any possibility of having emotions or motivations that we can understand. It's not angry, it's not happy, it simply acts based on pure instinct. It's a blank canvas of danger, a force of nature that you cannot reason with or comprehend. The lack of eyes makes the Xenomorph more mysterious and unpredictable. You don't know what it's thinking. You don't know what it will do next. All you know is that it's there, and you are its target. The effect of this on the audience is very powerful. Instead of a monster with a face, the Xenomorph is like a shadow that has taken form. Its smooth head reflects the environment, making it harder to see in the dark. It becomes a symbol of our fear of the unseen and the unknown. Because of these characteristics, the biomechanical design, the humanoid form, the lack of eyes, and the surprising inner jaw, the Xenomorph has become more than just a movie monster. It has become a cultural icon. It represents a perfect alien design that balances between the familiar and the utterly foreign. Its appearance is immediately recognizable even by people who haven't seen the movie. Its design has been copied and has inspired countless other creatures in games, comics, and movies. Ultimately, the Xenomorph has stuck in our minds because it is a perfect symbol of fear. It is a masterpiece created from combined nightmares and art, built to awaken our most primitive fears. Its familiar shape draws us in, while its alien details push us away. This tension between being human and being a monster is why, to this day, the Xenomorph remains the queen of movie aliens. And that's the winning knowledge, only here on Matanglawan.